3 months with my 2024 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. What surprised me most? I bought my Toyota RAV4 Hybrid brand new just about 3 months ago. I've already put nearly 5,000 miles on it. Going in, I had certain expectations, mainly based on specs, reviews, and general assumptions about hybrids. But what I've actually experienced has been pretty different. And based on your comments on my past videos, I know I'm not alone, especially among those of you who've owned your first hybrids recently. In this video, I'm sharing what it's really like to own a hybrid like the RAV4, or anything on a similar platform, as there are many crossover similarities between manufacturers. If you get anything useful from this, I'd appreciate a like. Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially what surprised you most about hybrid ownership, or what you learned here, and subscribe if you haven't already. Small Blue Diamond: the pros, why the hybrid's been better than expected. Let's start on a positive note. In my experience, the pros list is definitely longer than the cons. However, some cons, which I'll get to, are financial and could significantly impact your wallet and overall value calculation. Battery 1. MPG gains, but only in certain conditions. You absolutely get better fuel economy, but mostly in town, not on the highway. When the weather is warm and the HVAC system isn't running full blast, I've seen 40% to 80% better MPG compared to the non-hybrid. For reference, the standard RAV4 might be rated around 27 MPG, while the hybrid is rated at 41. I've beaten that rating on occasion. I've also dipped to as low as 28 to 30 MPG in stop-and-go traffic on freezing days. Why? In extreme cold, the car rarely uses EV mode, which is where most of your MPG gains come from, especially when driving slowly, under 35 to 40 miles per hour. If you're stuck using the gas engine because the battery won't kick in, you're not really saving much. On the interstate, especially in winter, MPG drops significantly. High voltage 2. EV mode is quiet, smooth, and even fun. The hybrid gives you that satisfying EV spaceship hum under 20 miles per hour. It's not loud or obnoxious, but you definitely notice it. It reassures you that the vehicle is active and moving silently, which is a cool sensation. EV mode also lets you coast around town on electricity alone, which feels like free miles. Rocket 3. Surprisingly quick. It's also quicker than the non-hybrid version. In my own GPS testing at some elevation, I clocked 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 7.6 to 8.1 seconds, while the non-hybrid RAV4 takes closer to 9 seconds. The power delivery is especially noticeable even at highway speeds. Hammer and wrench 4. Engine and platform benefits. Instead of a tiny turbocharged engine like many competitors, the RAV4 Hybrid comes with a 2.5L naturally aspirated engine, giving you solid reliability and good torque. Even better, the hybrid version actually weighs more, due to the battery and 3 electric motors, giving it a bit more stability at high speeds. You don't sacrifice payload capacity either, something some other hybrid trucks like the Tacoma and Tundra hybrids might struggle with. Seedling 5. Cleaner local emissions. While the electricity has to be generated somewhere, your local air stays cleaner, especially when driving in neighborhoods, near schools, or inside a garage. That's a small but meaningful benefit. Toolbox 6. Fewer maintenance concerns. There's no serpentine belt, no traditional starter, and no transmission fluid to change in many cases. The CVT uses planetary gearing, which is known for being durable and simple. Some owners on forums report getting over 400,000 miles without changing the transmission fluid. This isn't something you'd expect from a system that many assume is more complicated. Money bag 7. Resale value. Hybrids generally retain value well, especially Toyotas. Batteries are covered under long warranties. Mine is 8 years per 120,000 miles. And so far, replacements are rare and not as costly as many people assume. Likely under $3,000. Smiling face with smiling eyes 8. It just feels rewarding. There's a psychological reward in seeing great MPG, skipping the gas station, and feeling like you're beating the system a bit. Sure, you might have paid more upfront, but every trip where you avoid burning extra gas feels like a win. Red triangle pointed down the cons, things you might not love. Money with wings 1. Higher upfront cost. Hybrids usually cost $1,500 to $4,000 more than their non-hybrid counterparts. So if you're hoping to make that up quickly with fuel savings, don't count on it unless you do a lot of warm weather, around town driving. Ice Cube 2. Cold weather equals lower efficiency. When temps drop and the heat's running, you'll barely use EV mode, and MPG suffers. I've had short trips where I averaged under 25 mpg, which was frustrating. Cold climates and short drives are not ideal for maximizing hybrid efficiency. Muted speaker 3. Too quiet, sometimes unsafe. You can accidentally leave the car and drive or even forget it's on. It's so quiet in EV mode that you may not hear it running, which can be dangerous or just confusing. 4. AWD performance isn't great. Toyota's electric rear motor AWD system is functional, but underwhelming. It only puts out around 50 horsepower. It struggles in snow or slippery conditions, even with quality tires. Compared to Tesla's dual motor AWD, this is basic at best. Battery 5. Battery worries, mostly unfounded. The battery is usually a nickel metal hydride pack, less than 2 kWh in size. Replacing it someday won't likely break the bank, but it's a lingering concern for resale or long-term ownership, though frankly, failures are rare in real-world usage. Charge decreasing 6. Long payback period. Even if gas is $3 per gallon and you get 10 mpg better in the hybrid, it would take you 30,000 miles or more to break even on fuel savings alone. If you drive a lot of highway, this math doesn't always work in your favor. Direct hit final thoughts. As a car enthusiast, I never expected to end up in a RAV4. My past vehicles were a supercharged FJ Cruiser and Tacomas. But I've been pleasantly surprised by the RAV4 hybrid's smooth ride, smart engineering, and thoughtful design. That said, it's not for everyone. If you mostly drive around town, live in a warm climate, or want to keep your vehicle long-term, the hybrid makes a lot of sense. But if you do lots of long highway trips, it may not pay you back in the way you expect. Still, I think many of us are finding hybrids to be more enjoyable, more efficient, and more practical than we imagined. And if you find the right one, be it RAV4, CRV, CX50, or beyond, there's a good chance you'll be just as surprised as I was. Speech balloon, what about you? Let me know what hybrid you drive, what surprised you most, or what your experience has been like. Thumbs up like this video. Speech balloon, comment your thoughts. Bell subscribe for more real-world car ownership insights.